Lines, you just look back at last Saturday, it was a really good win against a dogged Shrewsbury side, I think. You broke them down in the end, though.
Yeah, it was, yeah. We started very well. First 20, the tempo was very fast. It was a hot day as well, so it was a tough opening to the game, quite a physical game, a few injuries here and there. But yeah, they're the games that it is tough. I've got to grind it out, and a couple of bits of magic from Bill, which we're getting used to seeing now, to be fair, and you need players like that on your side for games like that. I think the week before or whatever at Coventry, it was a similar kind of team to Shrewsbury, but the fact that the pitch was so bad didn't allow us to sort of show them with our quality. We sort of dropped down to kind of their level, and it levelled things out, and we couldn't play as well as we did on Saturday. It always helps to have a half decent pitch when you're playing against teams at the bottom, and we showed on Saturday a couple of bits of quality. We probably should have been a few up in the first half, but we got it in the end thanks to Bill's bit of magic.
Is he like that in training every day?
Yeah.
It's difficult to mark.
Yeah, you just got to kind of hop round next to him so he can't nutmeg you. Yeah, but I got him back the other day. Actually, it was a proud moment. Yeah, no, he is. To be fair, from the day he sort of first come on trial, I could tell he had a bit about him. So I didn't know much about him up until then, but he's gone from strength to strength. He's got fit and he's avoided injury, which I think something he might have struggled with in the past. And for me, he's a dream to play with, because I like a winger who can come inside and take the ball, and you can always rely on getting the ball back from him as well. Wingers are sort of, managers hate the old winger who will get down the byline and sort of put a cross over the stand, or some don't like tracking back, but his end product's always decent, so it's important, and especially for the strikers, he's constantly creating chances for them. And
he's on the penalties at the moment, yeah. Or back on the penalties. I mean, is something you fancied?
Yeah, I would have if you weren't there, but obviously you put the last one before that for his hat-trick, I can't remember who it was against, but top corner, so for now he's on pens, but if he misses one, then maybe if Ellis ain't on the pitch, then yeah, I'll get involved, yeah.
Yeah, there's quite a few of you who can score from the 12 yards, don't there?
Well, yeah, we sort of proved that at Wembley, yeah, so if we can do it there, I'm sure we can do it at the Mem or wherever.
I just think the opening 20 minutes or so last week, you forced so many corners. I think you had 12 in the first half, and you didn't score from it. Is it a disappointment you don't score from it?
It is, yeah. I said this to Stewie and Yatesy last week. I said, I'd hold my hands up if I wasn't putting the ball in the right place, but 9 times out of 10 I think I'm putting the right balls in. Obviously I wasn't on them last week, but Bill and Monty were putting great balls in as well, and it's disappointing we're not scoring more from set pieces, because I said to Locks the other day, any chance, but he seems to just, whenever he gets 4 yards away, the keeper either saves it or he says he gets pulled back. Or so I said, you've got to get one before the end of the season, surely. He said, yeah, I'll get one. It's going to be a good celebration as well. But no, it's same as last year. It's only really been when Peter Hartley's played we've sort of scored from set pieces. He's like a magnet in the box. So we have done a bit of work on it lately. So it's got the penny's got to drop soon, and I think especially Locks, Sween should be getting on the end of it. He's about 8 foot. So sooner or later we're going to start scoring from corners. Yeah.
Moving on from last week, we've got another important game this week against AFC Wimbledon, promoted with you last season.
Yep.
And a return for Ryan Sweeney to his former club. So always quite tough games against them.
Yeah, I've only actually been there once before. I think it was our first game back in League Two after we got relegated. Yeah, and it's a tough place. It's a small little ground. It's a good atmosphere. I'm not too sure what the pitch is like. Hopefully it's decent, but if not, it's going to be one of them games where we have to grind it out, win our headers, win our tackles. I think they're pretty direct. They're pretty up and down. They're a fit team. They got 2 big men up top who score goals, and it might be a good old-fashioned away kind of dogged display if we can, and like I say, win our tackles, win our headers, get balls hooked on, and try and play in their half, and stop them doing what they're good at, which is getting the ball up to the front too and getting second balls.
The crowd's on top of you there, yeah. More so than at the Mem, I think, and very tight space.
Yeah, I think I was actually on the bench last time I went there, and in that game, and the sort of fans are behind the dugout banging on the bench, if I remember. So yeah, I think we've sold out all our tickets, so it'll be another good atmosphere. And I kind of like the old-fashioned terraces and when it's quite tight in the atmosphere, because it always helps, and hopefully we can get a win.
Your away form, the manager said, it's let you down a bit this season.
Yeah.
Or your away results, anyway.
Yeah, it has, yeah. It's, when you look at it, if we would only need a couple more wins away, and we'd probably be up, 4th or 5th in the league, which it does disappoint you. Your away form's never going to be as good as your home form. I just think in the last couple of seasons we've maybe sort of set our standards so high that this season is slightly dropped, and we've been. For me, it's a case of going away and just grinding results out. I think maybe we've tried to be a bit too pretty at times, and we've sort of not done the horrible stuff, like the hooking the balls on, the winning headers and tackles, and just throwing the ball down the line, simple stuff like that away from home, which we've done a few times. We did it at Rochdale. It was a bad pitch, and we got a good 0-0 draw there, and I think that was one of the best examples of how to really dig out an away win. So I think that's something we can improve on, and starting Saturday really, because like I say, I think it's going to be one of those games. Yeah,
the games are running out, aren't they? But I mean, you must, as a group, you must be pleased with the way the season's gone. I would have thought. I don't know if that's...
Yeah, I mean, 60 points already. It's incredible, really, what we've done the past 2 seasons with pretty much the same bunch of lads. It's credit to the boys, the manager, and everyone that's been a part of it, because we've constantly exceeded expectations, especially this year. And we're still in with a good chance of nicking us a playoff spot. But if we don't, we don't. If we do, we do. It's one of them. For me, there's nothing anyone can possibly moan about. Maybe the away form, but we've been that good at home that sort of maybe takes that away from it. So we've been enjoyable to watch, I'd like to think anyway. There's been a lot of goals, maybe a few too many at the other end, sort of over Christmas time and stuff, but for me, I'm happy with how it's gone, and I think most of the boys are. So there's 5 games to go, and I think we just got to try and enjoy it and see what happens.
Just finally, on a personal level, you seem to be enjoying your football as much as ever.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, it's funny really. I'm getting older, but I'm feeling better. To be fair, it's nice. It's nice to be enjoying it. It's nice to probably getting towards 50 games this season now by the time it finishes. So it's probably one of my highest returns of games. I've enjoyed it. I've chipped in with goals and assists, which is obviously important for midfield, and hopefully something I can carry on next year. It's a bit of momentum, so I'll try and carry on doing what I'm doing now. Really, it's not too much going wrong at the moment, and it's nice, and it's nice to see the team doing so well at the same time.